Guys, man, what's going on? SombraDelPiso back once again with yet another video. Of course, it's a special video. We're within the first week of February. So, you know, we have to do a Pisos, perceptions, the Piso. What's going on? So we got another Pisos perception back in effect. It's going to be a little bit of a mobile Pisos perceptions. That's because I wanted to walk around, man. I wanted to show you guys what's really going on here in Brooklyn, New York. As you guys know, I am in New York. I've been in New York for the past couple years, honestly. And despite how you guys idolize this seemingly wonderful city, it actually sucks a lot. Seriously, this place is not it. Anyway, what I do appreciate about New York, it's very, very multicultural. I think it's the most multicultural place in the world. Queens specifically. London is a close second. I forget what the runner-up is behind London, but that's what I do appreciate. So when you want to get out of like the wave, the heavy cloud and smog of gentrification, there's a lot of places that you can go to. But at the end of the day, that huge specter of gentrification is spreading with the mindsets and everything, spreading all over New York, or has spread already. So these places are not safe havens in the slightest. But anyway, that's we're going to talk about that a little bit in this Pisos Perceptions, but we're going to talk about mostly what we've been talking about on all the Pisos Perceptions thus far, right? We're going to talk about employment. It's my favorite one, of course. Semen retention. We're going to talk about metaphysics, our interpersonal and intimate relationships, if there are any, right? They're not. There aren't any. None in both. And then we're going to talk about, I think, other stuff, my mental health, all that kind of stuff. So lock in, you guys. Let's talk about employment, right? Like, comment, subscribe. We're going to get into the Pisos Perception right now. Let's talk about employment. Is this where we need to take? I don't think this is it. Let me go ask the guy if our bus is showing up here. So I got a question. Does the 103 stop here? Oh, okay. It's just taking a while. I was just curious. Thank you. All right. So our bus still is going to show up. All right. So let's talk about employment. So as you guys know, man, we've lost our job from the 8th of November. It's all right. What can you do? There's nothing really you could do. There's nothing really I could do. So we've been without work. Yeah, he should have ran after it. That man should have jogged after it. So we lost our job. There's nothing we could do. We've been looking for work for the past couple months, since we lost the job, actually. But we already know this toiling process, sending in applications, tweaking our resume for every single specific job, reaching out, networking. Of course, no responses back for one reason or another. We already know the reason, but you know how it is. Yeah, we've just been attempting to get work, and it hasn't been very successful in this current point in time. We also been hitting up job fairs. The reason why I started doing job fairs, and I don't understand why I haven't been doing this since 2014, since I graduated college, 2015 rather, because job fairs, automatically you are placed right in front of the employer, and you're able to negotiate. Oh man, this is why I think you should hire me. This is the skills that I have. This is my resume, so on and so forth. How I've gotten all of my other jobs in life was due to me going out to the place, the establishment directly, and speaking to the owner, requesting to speak to the owner at least, and negotiating. So I realized, 2025 now, we got to play to our strengths. So this is what we are doing. So we went to a couple job fairs so far. We went to 2, and I think that we have some good things coming around the bend. And we have another one, I think, in a week, literally a week, right? It's going to be on the 10th. So I'm excited about that. So I don't know, maybe the employment situation is going to change. The thing is, at the end of the day, we are in a system, rather, remember, and albeit it's a pretty system, but it's a system nonetheless. Do not think that you could just aspire to get into a building like this, because if you're not chosen, if you're not selected to get through the gates, you're not going to ever have something like that. And why would you want it anyway? Because it's a whole bunch of people that have given up their sentience just to be able to have a place like this, right? So it's like, is it even worth it? My personal opinion, I don't think so. But at the end of the day, my point is, if they want to let you in the gate for employment, then you're going to be let in. That's it. If they don't, then you're not going to get let in. That's as simple as that. Doesn't matter how many certifications, any qualifications you have. If they don't want you, they don't want you. That is the system at large. This is the matrix, as they all call it. This is just what it is. My advice to you is, it's good to be enlightened. Just don't get too enlightened like me, SombraDelPiso, because you're going to cause a lot of friction with employment, and therefore biological sustenance. What can you do? What can you do? Anyway, that's employment as well. We have a lot of things around the bend. There's a lot of other things that I'm working on as well. Again, all of the results, the positive results on those things are basically contingent on the aforementioned things, whether the system allows it or not. So we're gonna keep going. Anyway, that's employment right now. Let's talk about intimate and interpersonal relationships, right? Do those exist for SombraDelPiso? Absolutely not, man. Listen, I've been on Semen Retention thus far for 2 months, right? We haven't released, we haven't looked at adult film content, we haven't done anything of that nature for 2 months. SombraDelPiso is feeling strong. I just came from the gym this morning, and I'm just feeling powerful. I've been reading naturally. I've just been trying to accumulate a bunch of information to transmit to you guys, because that's important. About interpersonal and intimate relationships, as I say, the more you ascend in this place, seriously, you guys, I'm gonna tell you something right now, right? It's not due to any fault of our own. I think that we identify with this world a little too much, right? We're like, okay, people are intimidating in, let's say, the Bronx. I don't want to go to the Bronx because I might get jostled or something, or I might get accosted physically and whatnot. But you have to understand that everything has an energetic basis, right? Seriously, that's really what it is. This is not some Woodstock hippie mumbo jumbo. It's actually the truth. If you guys are long followers of the channel, you guys know this. Semen retention will put you to the heights of lords. I'm telling you, those resplendent elders, what is it, the 20 and 8 elders, I think in Revelation, the book of Revelation, you are going to have those same wild powers the longer you are on Semen retention. I am telling you, you will become resplendent. Your aura is going to become resplendent. The thing is that the more you shine like that in a system where the variables are not prevalently resplendent, you are going to have a lot of opposition. You're going to have a lot of friction, right? So that is going to naturally affect your interpersonal and intimate relationships. You know, all I am is about semen retention and ascension. And so obviously my interpersonal relationships are lacking, my intimate relationships. Do they even exist? I don't think so. It's the system that you're in too. Like, this is the United States, this is the West. Prominently, they push this idea of godlessness, whether it be through social media, whether it be through the ads, whether it be indirectly through your families, and so on and so forth. So when you preach godlessness, you are sort of against the accumulation and the ascension of yourself and the accumulation of energy. So that's why you're going to come into opposition with people with no energy, right? That's just the way it is. Naturally, it's going to affect your relationships. So SombraDelPiso has nobody. That's what it is. We have nobody. It's all good though. We are positive. We are solid. Our mental health has never even been better, honestly, at this point in time. So I feel great. I feel strong. That's update with that. I don't have any friends. I think a lot of us lads are going through the same situation anyway in this in the West. So it's not anything of a surprise, really. So the thing is, guys, what I say all the time, I said this in a couple of earlier videos too, don't let this place get you down. Seriously, do not let, just because you're getting enlightened, right? And you're going to experience a lot of things that you've never experienced before, such as people ignoring you for no reason, people bumping into you for no reason, people trying to shadow your light. This is just the way it is. You have to deal with it. Please, the alternative is to eat the steak. We're making a lot of Matrix references here, but the alternative is to eat the steak. Accept the steak that the Matrix has given you, and submit to the will of the agents, right? Or the system, at expense of your enlightenment and your sentience. I don't think it's worth it. I just don't think it's worth it, mate. I just don't think it's worth it. Fight for the greater good. Fight for the greater good. For yourself, of course, which is enlightenment and ascension, which is what I'm doing, which is what I've been doing. So that is the update with the interpersonal and intimate relationships, which they're lacking severely in. Let's talk about semen retention. Let's talk about semen retention. Let's do it. So semen retention has been going very well. Like I said, 2 months in the practice. We've been good. I'm telling you, I've been doing the live streams a lot. I've been getting a lot of people complaining about, oh, it's hard to get past 2 weeks. It's hard to get past 3 weeks. I don't know how you do this and that. Understand, you have to understand the nature of the world. See, it's not hard. Jesus was talking about this. Krishna was talking about this. They all have explained it to us very, very clearly. Isaac Newton, he spoke about this. Nikola Tesla sort of alluded to it. René Descartes, all these guys spoke to us about it already. Understand that your energy is everything. People are, they're a fan of wearing necklaces and beads and all this kind of stuff to sort of augment and distort the broadcast of their energy. I'm not a big believer of that. I think that you need to produce your energy naturally, because that's going to be your true energy. But you guys can do what you want. You guys are going to see your consequences and penalties of your actions, and then you'll tweak accordingly. I hope, right? That's what life is about. What was I on about? With semen retention, you have to understand that the practice is the most important. You have to be as celibate as possible for as long as possible. I am not trying to advocate for suppression. I'm not. What's going on? Yes, thank you, man. I'm not advocating for suppression. Please do not suppress the sexual energy, because it is akin to a very, very powerful wave of water. It will destroy everything in its path, including your psyche, including your resistance and your suppressive walls that you're putting up, metaphorically speaking, of course. So what you need to do is find a way to transmute your energy. How the hell do you do that? You need to constantly be in the world. You need to take some walks, experience things, talk with people in a very, very objective way. Try not to connect too much of your emotions with other people, because at the end of the day, they're going to let you down. That's just really it. They're just going to let you down. Most people are just not enlightened. So that's just what's going to be. That shouldn't mean that you shouldn't open up yourselves, right? Try to talk to them, learn them, understand them, get experiences. Everything during your streaks of semen retention, during your respective streaks of semen retention, every single experience that you have is saved within you until you release. And so those experiences exist. What's going on, man? How are you? What's up? You're getting a little close, my friend. You're getting a little close, my friend. You're getting a little close. You're getting a little close.
Nobody cares about you.
Nice. Be safe, man. Be safe. You're getting a little close.
Beat up.
You threatening me?
No.
Yeah, you are. You just said you're going to beat me up, right?
No, I said you're lucky you didn't get beat up. That's what I said.
Yeah, so that's a threat. By who? Who's going to beat me up? You?
Never me.
Okay, good. Stay safe.
I got
Stay back. Stay back. My man, you just said something about beating up. Stay away from me. This is what I'm talking about, that negativity, that negative energy. Come on, man. He just came through, he said, I'm lucky I'm not beating up. Lucky? Who gonna beat me up? You? Right. Bro. Yeah, OG. You don't know anything about this place. Stay away from me, bro. Stay away from me, bro. Stop taking drugs. Look at this. Do you see this? Semen retention, as you know, as you guys saw that just now, it produces this sort of, as you know, guys, this field that sort of intimidates people that just don't have that energy, right? And then they try, of course, remember, a lot of these guys are sent by the system too, in order to try to destroy your trajectory, to destroy your journey. This is why I'm telling you, this is why we need to master that first wave of semen retention already, right? Which is like, oh, I can't get past the week, because the battles are far stronger and far greater than the first week, than the first 2 weeks. I'm telling you, there are a lot of other things that are going on, and you have to have, as I guess the Judeo-Christian book says, the armor of God, or what is Krishna says, no, bro, stay away from me. I'm telling you, stay away from me. Stay away from me. Like, what is going on with this dude, bro? What? You know him? Like,
he's talking to himself.
Bro, he coming up to me saying, I'm lucky I don't get beaten up. I'm like, come on. Anyway, this is what we got to deal with. Usually, this is just something that happens. I'm just like, what's going on, man? You know what I mean? But anyway, so that's semen retention. That's just the idea of the whole practice. Remember, this is what you guys are probably going to deal with the longer you get on this journey. Of course, remember, my journey is a little different too, because I'm definitely not aligned with any sort of Freemasons or secret societies. They send these these systems to try to make me react. So the karmic consequence comes on me. Guys, the more you get on the practice of semen retention, the more you're going to understand this. I'm telling you, just keep going. I'm telling you, you're going to learn a lot. Anyway, that's the practice of semen retention. Like I said, I've been on it for 2 months already. It's been very, very powerful. It's been great. I've been learning a lot. Let's talk about what else? I guess plans for mental health. Well, mental health comes a little later. Let's talk about plans for the channel, right? Let's talk about ideas for the channel. We've been, I know there was a week in January where I didn't really upload anything, all right? And Naturally, it is a lot. There's a lot that I'm doing. There's the stuff on the back end that I'm working on. Also, there is the Patreon, which is a very good something to bring up. So my Patreon, I've just uploaded it like a couple weeks ago. It's gonna be good. It's gonna basically function as my primary website. Well, this is the third 37 bus, man. I'm starting to think 103 is not gonna show up. It's crazy. Anyway, I think that's 103 right there. That's our bus. It's so funny why we have situations like this that occur in my space just to try to elicit a response. You got to understand how the system works, seriously. And then, of course, our little exit route comes after the situation. If you don't think this place is sophisticated and planned already, then this channel is not going to help you. I'm going to tell you that right now. Anyway, like I said, the Patreon got uploaded a month ago. It's been doing okay, I guess. I have a couple members on it. On the Patreon, it's going to have all of the exclusive content that I uploaded on YouTube for the members only over there, in addition to more things. So we have interviews coming out. We have exclusive videos, posts and whatnot of pictures, because I like to take a lot of photos. The iPhone camera is stellar, and so on and so forth. So Patreon is going to function as the primary website. So if you guys want to support the channel, donate, please join the Patreon. The link is going to be in the description below. It's solid content, seriously. And let's move on, I guess. Other plans for the channel, I plan to do a lot of things. I was thinking about Carl Jung last month. So I'm definitely going to do, I want to do a little bit of an analysis of the Red Book. The Red Book is a really solid piece of literature that the Swiss parapsychologist made. What's going on, man? How are you? Anyway, I gotta pay for this. We good, thank you. So yeah, the Red Book is a really great piece of literature by, not me, not yours truly, but Carl Jung, the Swiss parapsychologist, about the archetypes of identity. There's a lot he goes through, like the old man, I think the mother and whatnot, the magician, the warrior, all that stuff. So I'm going to describe, I'm going to talk about it a little bit to you guys, because I realize there's a lot about Carl Jung that you guys need to understand, especially moving forward on your personal journeys of semen retention. So we're going to talk about that in this coming month, for sure. In addition to other things, like I said, I want to do more peruse the news content. I did promise that in the last month's Pieces Perceptions. I just didn't, I didn't deliver. I did, however, edit, but I wasn't really proud with the content, so I chose not to upload it. Not yet, at least. That's not to say that Peruse the News is not going to be coming out this month, because it is. So stay tuned for that. All around, like I said, this is a new month, new year. Semen retention, we know it's incredibly important. It's the foundation, the bedrock, the mantle of everything that happens in this life. Anything that they tell you about politics and class differences and economics, of course, they are all predicated upon the energy of the individual, in addition to perhaps secret society influence, depending on the individual. But it's all about semen retention. So semen retention is incredibly important to all that. Don't get fooled by the environment or whatever these guys tell you about what life really is about, because it's really about way more than what they tell you, because they don't even understand these things half the time. So that are our plans for the channel. I also, I'm gonna see if I could start doing less live streams as well. I realized that I do a lot of live streams, and they're great and all. It's like I like speaking with you guys and meeting new people. I realize that I'm doing a lot of live streaming, and I don't know if that is conducive to the channel growth, of course. Channel's been doing well. Like, where are we right now? I think we're close to 4,200 subscribers, which is, I don't need anything else. Like, I couldn't dance around half naked in a forest with Las Brujas, wishing for something better than this, right? So this is good, but I realize I do need to focus a little bit more on the channel. So we're going to put out more videos, do a little bit more focusing on that, and perhaps slightly less live streams. I definitely don't have to live stream at certain times. So we're gonna sort of moderate that. Let's talk about mental health. Mental health is solid. I think that's one of the most important. I think all of us need to worry about it. I think judge our mental health due to a metric that's given to us by a system that's lost their sentience. What the heck are you talking about, SombraDelPiso? I'm saying that I think it's silly to listen to individuals that are not about ascension in regards to your mental health. You're not going to win. Granted, there's jewels and everything. You could find one man's trash is another man's treasure. And wait, what is it? What's good for the goose isn't good for the gander, and all those silly mother goose-like platitudes. But I'm telling you, at the end of the day, there's seldom that you could learn from an individual that has not enlightened yet. Seriously. Especially when you're on this journey of semen retention. So with that being said, mental health has been solid, man. I mean, other than the little snafu we had back there, which, listen, it's planned. That's why he didn't do anything physical. When they initiate something physical, that means that it's something random. And that means he could respond, and that means you're in the right. If they try to act intimidating, just generally, and they don't do anything physical, they're waiting for you to be the initiator. And most likely, that means they're part of the system, for sure. I'm telling you guys, this is logic. Leonardo da Vinci will be jealous of my deduction skills right now. That's serious. But this is just how it is. This is why I just like, yo, you gotta back up. But anyway, besides small, random little situations like that, life has been good, man. We've been doing a little Balkan tour around the city. We like to get out of the gentrified spots because we have a little bit more of these mindsets of entitlement and cultural imperialism, right? And godlessness, naturally. To like a little bit more traditional lifestyle. Like these guys, like it doesn't matter what you look like, they're gonna say hi, they're going to share things with you, share their culture, stuff like that. This is generally what I'm looking for as I'm just living life. I think naturally all you guys are gonna seek this too. We have a lot of naysayers in the shorts, the little shorts that I post about like leaving the United States, finding women abroad. You know, granted that you've done the self-work, so you're ready to accept something good in your lives. You have these guys like saying, you know, there's gems in America, oh my goodness, there's good people here and whatnot. And I'm just like, dude, like seriously, there's nothing here. I promise you, the American citizen is seldom enlightened. Dead serious. They're not fit, right? They don't read much. Their lexicon is limited. Philosophies are, you know, they change weekly based on whatever popular culture icon said in, on Instagram. This is just what it is. So you're not going to really meet anyone of substance here in the United States. I've accepted that reality, and I'm just waiting for you guys to slowly accept that as well. Because, like I traveled already, guys. Like I said, I lived in England, I lived in Colombia, I did France, I did Portugal, Germany, Australia, Canada. I've done these places, and they're mostly Western, which is why I didn't really see a difference. Besides Colombia. Colombia is literally in the Western hemisphere of the world. But it's different. The culture is a little different. People are a little kinder. They're a little bit more traditional, depending on where you go. So it's, I'm telling you, we're just waiting for you guys to come to that level of understanding. So we could then move on, right? But mental health has been solid, man. I've been hitting the gym 5 times a week. Deadlifts, of course, squats, pistol squats, all that kind of good stuff, man, just to keep the endorphins flowing so we don't need any artificial stimulants of any sort in order to cope with the system. That's really why you should do it. Not for showing off it to anybody, Every now and then, we have people switching up. It's just life, generally. But this is something I'm telling you guys, time heals everything and time teaches everyone and everything, right? So the trick with semen retention, as I described earlier in the video, in the channel, because it's all about semen retention, it's a victory through attrition. So you stay on the practice, you stay celibate no matter what, and then you convert that desire, right, from suppression into transmutation, where you're able to be in a lewd environment and then you're good, you're fine. Then you have to continuously live with that, like with that mindset. And then as the experiences in life sort of barrage you, right, then you start to learn, then you start to grow, then you start to understand, and then overstand, and then it becomes a normal state for you guys. This is just what happened to me, right? So as I said, like we could speak to wonderful women here, and it's just it doesn't affect me in the slightest. Also, it's the United States, so we already know the character is not really the best, right? So that sort of helps with that too, right? Yeah, mental health has been solid. We've been cooking a lot. I mean, we've still been cooking. We've always been doing that, but we've been doing it a lot, I feel like. So that's been solid, man. I don't know if I should talk about future trips for the channel, because I want it to be a surprise. I want it to be, you know, something, you know, hidden behind the veil until it's time to show you guys what it is, because it's gonna be cool. I'm very excited to travel this year. Dead serious. We're going to go to another environment where we've never been before. We don't know what it's about. We're just gonna go right in. Pause. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna show you guys what it's all about. But that's happening in the future. So we went over the interpersonal, intimate relationships. We went over semen retention. We went over mental health, future plans for the channel. I guess that's it for these Pisos, perceptions, the Piso. All right. Listen, I don't know, man. I'm always saying, I feel like I'm saying the same thing. We've had like about 20 Pisos perceptions at this point, right? No, because that would involve 20 months. The channel has been around, and the channel has been around for that long. But I've been saying the same messages. The message has been recurring. I'm hoping that you guys are watching the channel and getting what I'm actually trying to give to you on the channel, which is gems of enlightenment. Enlightenment is the most important. Sure, it's good to work. It's good. At the end of the day, like, I'm trying to find work right now. We are fighting against dark powers, right? We're fighting against people in high places, right? And it's always been the case. What I'm saying in a lot of my videos, it's essentially meant to enlighten you, to make you perceive things very, very differently. It's meant to like bring you to a higher plateau of thinking. We generally are just like on a very, very low level, right? Thinking about eat, sleep, sleeping around, and we don't really think about the metaphysical residue that is, bless you, that is left on our conscience, right? Or consciousness. Whenever we partake in these things, and we just keep doing it, and then we're just angry at, you know, your idea of the creator. Whenever you have like some sort of heavy negative karmic consequence. And I'm telling you that when you follow this way, you're not necessarily going to evade karmic responsibility. We're locked in this universe. You have no choice but to pay. I'm just saying that you want to immediately pay. You want to get to a point where your karmic slate is completely clean. You must suffer as quickly and as soon as possible, as much as possible, so there is not any backlog in the future. This is what I'm saying. And to do that, it's going to require a lot of sexual discipline. It's going to require a lot of mental discipline and a lot of emotional discipline and a lot of deep understanding about the people around you naturally. When you rise in this journey, you are not going to have support. I've been saying this since the beginning of the channel. I'm going to say it 1,000 subscribers later. This is just the way it is. This is the truth. This is the now. It will always occur. Occurred with the ascended masters in the past. It's going to continuously happen. Stay sane. Read some books. I'm here. Send some stuff. Send some stories to the email. SombraDelPiso@gmail.com. It's going to be right at the bottom of the screen. Talk about your issues, man. I am here. I'm going to listen to all of you. We've had a recent video talking about gang stalking and targeted individuals, which did really well, which was kind of nuts. And we've learned a lot about people's idiosyncratic journeys with, you know, the aforementioned gang stalking and targeted individuals. And it was kind of sad, because it's just like a lot of these guys are going through their lives not really doing like this analysis to the self, right? And they just don't know how to interpret what is going on around them. I feel that. I was in the dark once upon a time. So like I said, if you guys are ailing in any way, email SombraDelPiso@gmail. It's gonna be at the bottom of the screen, man. So anyway, with that being said, don't let this place get you down. You already know. Stay healthy, go to the gym, please drink water, stay hydrated, drink water. Stop identifying with this system, please. I beg you, I beg you, I beg you. If there's one thing that you can get from this channel, besides all the mumbo jumbo, do not identify with the system. They're not your friend. Trust me. I understand this viscerally, you know. And stay radiant. I'm going to see you guys in the next Piso's Perceptions.